So before introducing, I will read a quote by Srila Prabhupada. Importance of Sankirtan mission. Importance of Sankirtan mission. In this age, chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is the primary business of the devotee. And the preaching of this Hare Krishna mantra by outdoor Sankirtan and propagation of literature is our more important business. Side by side, deity worship is recommended, but when there is a question of accepting one of them, we shall prefer to accept chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra first. Hare Krishna. That's a wonderful quote by Srila Prabhupada. May I know who will have joined the call today?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandak Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisance. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Nikunja Rasadas from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandak Pranam. All glory to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining the call.
Hare Krishna, Manidhar Prabhu, and all the Sambhati devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. This is Shyama Dasi from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glory to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining the call and thank you for your very wonderful ecstatic chanting.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anybody else who would like to introduce?
Hare Krishna Maharaji, this is Rita from Clarksville.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glory to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj. Thank you Mataji for joining the call regularly. So, Hare Krishna dear devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Today we are very fortunate. We have our grace Shyama Kishori Dasi Mataji from Tennessee, USA. And Mataji is going to enlighten us from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 7, verse number 30 onwards. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. You may take over the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances to all the devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Guranga. Yeah, so thank you very much, dear devotees, for giving me the service to serve all of the devotees. So please forgive my offenses and please shower your blessings so that I can speak from the Srimad Bhagavatam by Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much, devotee. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 7, text 30 and 31. So we will be starting from that. So we will start with introduction. Om Agyantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sanjeevam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamascha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kaltrubhescha Kripa Sindhu Mevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namani. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktiravati Nashtaki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 7, and we are starting from text 30. So we are reading. So shloka is Guru Shrushasya Bhaktaya Sarva Labdharpanena Cha Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam Ishvararadhanena Cha Shradhaya Tatkathayam Cha Kritane Guna Karmanam Tata Padamburuhu Dhyanat Tallingasha Rahanadibhi. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. Whatever one has in one's possession should be offered to the spiritual master, and in the association of saintly persons and devotees, one should worship the Lord, hear the glories of the Lord with faith, glorify the transcendental qualities and activities of the Lord, always meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, and worship the deity of the Lord strictly according to the injunctions of the Shastra and Guru. Purport. In the previous verse, it has been said that the process which immediately increases one's love and affection for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best of the many thousands of ways to become free from the entanglement of material existence. It is also said, Dharmasya Tattvam Nihitam Guhayam. Actually, the truth of religious principles is extremely confidential. Nonetheless, it can be understood very easily if one actually adopts the principle of religion. It is said, Dharmam tu shakshat bhagvat pranitam. The process of religion is enunciated by the Supreme Lord because He is the supreme authority. This is also indicated in the previous verse by the word Bhagavatoditaha. The injunctions or directions of the Lord are infallible, and their benefits are fully assured. According to his directions, which are explained in this verse, the perfect form of the religion is Bhakti Yoga. To practice Bhakti Yoga, one must first accept a bona fide spiritual master. Srila Rupa Goswami, in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1, 2, 74 and 75, advises Guru Pada Sharastasmat Tushna Dikshadi Shikshanam Vishrambena Guru Seva Sadhu Vartamanu Vartanam Sadharmam Prachavogadi Tyaga Krishnasya Hetave. One's first duty is to accept a bona fide spiritual master. The student or disciple should be very inquisitive. He should be eager to know the complete truth about eternal religion, Sanatan Dharma. The word Guru Shushrusya means that one should personally serve the spiritual master by giving him bodily comforts, helping him in bathing, dressing, sleeping, eating, and so on. This is called Guru Shushrushnam. A disciple should serve the spiritual master as a menial servant, and whatever he has in his possession should be dedicated to the spiritual master. Praner arther dhiya vacha. Everyone has his life, his wealth, his intelligence, and his words. And all of them should be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of the spiritual master. Everyone should be offered to the spiritual master as a matter of duty, but the offering should be made to the spiritual master with heart and soul, not artificial to gain material prestige. This offering is called arpana. Moreover, one should live among devotees, saintly persons, to learn the adequate and proper behavior of devotional service. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks in this connection that whatever is offered to the spiritual master should be offered with love and affection, not for material adoration. Similarly, it is recommended that one associate with devotees, but there must be some discrimination. Actually, a sadhu, a saintly person, must be saintly in his behavior. Sadhva sad acharaha. Unless one adheres to the standard behavior, one's position as sadhu, a saintly person, is not complete. Therefore, a Vaishnava, a sadhu, must completely adhere to the standard of behavior. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that a Vaishnava, a person initiated into the Vaishnava cult, should be offered the respect befitting a Vaishnava, which means that he should be offered service and prayers. However, one should not associate with him if he is not a fit person with whom to associate. Hare Krishna. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, and we are reading in this chapter, like we know, like Prahlad Maharaj is speaking this shloka to his classmates, and from the very beginning, his classmates, they were asking him, when they saw one day, like how Prahlad Maharaj is always busy in devotional service and preaching to them, so they were very surprised to see how Prahlad Maharaj, who is same age like us, how he can preach about the devotional service. So they were surprised, and they were asking him question like how you have this knowledge. So Prahlad Maharaj, he was telling what had happened in his life. So he was describing very nicely, like how when he was in his mother's womb, Mother Kayadu. So that time his father went for the penance, tapasya. So that time, the demigods, especially Indra, he was thinking maybe the demon will appear from the womb of a Mother Kayadu because she is the wife of a demon. So that time Indra came with all his associates, and they were kidnapping Mother Kayadu. And like Prahlad Maharaj is telling all these things to his friends. And then when he was taking Mother Kayadu, that time Narad Muni appeared there, and Narad Muni assured him, like, don't worry, this child who is in the womb of Mother Kayadu is not a demon. He will be a very first class devotee. He is Mahabhagavad. After hearing that, he was very surprised to hear, and because Narad Muni is like one of the 12 Mahajans, so everybody respect Narad Muni, like even the demons, devotees. So we all know from the Bhagavatam, if Narad Muni starts showering his blessing to someone, that person can cross this material world very easily. We have many examples. We already read in the 4th canto about like Dhruv Maharaj. We all know like how he gave him instruction, and by his instructions he became he was able to see the Lord face to face easily by chanting the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this is like the association of a devotee. So Narad Muni, when he told Indra, like, don't worry, this child is a devotee, because they all know Narad Muni, and they left Mother Kayadu, and even not left, they start circulating Mother Kayadu as soon as they came to know this child in the womb is a pure devotee. So this is the even though demigods, they are sakami, they have material desires, but still they are devotee of the Lord. So in the Bhagavatam we read, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena So this is like how like devotional service is again and again Prabhupada quote this shloka in Bhagavatam, throughout the Bhagavatam many times. So mainly why Prabhupada is quoting to teach us, like if we have any material desire, if we don't have any material desire, if we have desire for liberation, just worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is here Narad Muni, when they heard like the child is in the womb is a pure devotee, immediately they start circulating Mother Kayadu and they left from that place. And then we saw like Narad Muni, he took Mother Kayadu to his ashram, and there he was giving her the Bhagavad instruction from the Bhagavatam. So that time, this is all like Prahlad Maharaj is telling to his classmates. So Prahlad Maharaj, he said, because my mother, she has association with a demon, and she is in a bodily concept of life. She is in the body of a woman. She won't be able to understand, or she fall asleep. But I was in the womb, in mother's womb. I was hearing those instructions, and by the association of Narad Muni, I got this knowledge. And then he started preaching to his classmates. So in the like we all know like from the several past shlokas. So Narad Muni is teaching to his classmates. He told them like, even though you are born in a demonic family, just accept this devotional service. So many times he said like how one can be. So he said how one can be free from this birth and death, and how one can be free from this material contamination. He's telling about the soul. The soul is free. Soul has no any birth or death. Soul is eternal, primal. So he is teaching his friends everything. So he said like how the soul is the main thing. So there is nothing to be do with this material world, and therefore they are always like he was telling everything about his classmates. And then he was telling nicely like how even though you are born in a demonic family, you are you are son of demons, but don't worry, if you accept this devotional service, then it's everything. So we already read that how he was telling like how the devotional service is so strong, that devotional service, doing service to the Lord, is so strong that it can burn the seeds of fruitive activities that are artificially created by the modes of material nature and stop the flow of the intelligence. So this is like our three kind of situation state he described: wakefulness, dreaming, and deep sleep. He said by accepting devotional service, by following this path, we are free from this kind of conception, and the desire to enjoy in the material world, the fruitive activities, that desire we have, it will stop. How they, if we artificially try to stop something, it's really hard. But if we change same activities, whatever we are doing, if we change that same activities toward the Lord, then we can easily change ourselves. Otherwise, it's very hard. And in this shloka, like we are reading, like he said, one must accept a bona fide spiritual master. Like the Prabhu is quoting that today's verse, like and that about the Sankirtan Yagna. So he described many things. But final thing is chanting is very important. The chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the, like whatever we are reading, our Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, why we are reading, so that we can have the taste for the Harina. Like when we chant the holy name, we can feel that we are doing service toward the Lord, and we are praying to the Lord, please Krishna, please Radharani, engage us in the service of service, in your service, so that we can do our sadhana more and more and best way. So this is like, and in the shloka, like again, the Prahlad Maharaj is telling like how one must accept a devotional, one must accept a bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. So this is very important. Like again, Prabhupada also explained in the purport, like devotion, like we should be very obedient to our spiritual master. So, and then he said very nicely, Narad Muni says, whatever one has in his possession should offer to the spiritual master. Like the true spiritual master is never be hungry for any material things. And the true spiritual master is that who like his disciple to progress on the spiritual path. Like we all know, like the followers of Srila Prabhupada, all and each sannyasis, they are so dedicated to their guru and they are serving Srila Prabhupada from the heart and soul. This is the instruction, because by reading Bhagavatam, it's natural, like how Prabhupada is explaining, like we should serve our spiritual master from the heart and soul. It's not like when Guru is present, we can start serving, and when he is not there, we start doing our own thing. No. Guru is watching. He is like Krishna, as Supreme Personality of Godhead. He appeared as our spiritual master. Even though spiritual master is not with us sometime, but his instructions are there, we should all follow. So here our Prahlad Maharaj is telling to his classmates that we should associate with a saintly person and devotees and worship the Supreme Lord and hear the glories of the Lord with faith. This is the, when we hear the glories of the Lord, automatically our attraction goes toward the Lord. When we hear his transcendental qualities and activities, when we hear his loving exchange between Krishna and his devotees, then automatically our love for the Lord increases. And then he said very nicely, always meditate on the Lord's lotus feet and worship the deity of the Lord. So it's natural when that's why Prabhupada made these temples, so that we can go to the temple and we can have the beautiful darshan of deities, so that by seeing the deities, because Krishna appeared in Kali Yuga in the deity form to so that we can have his darshan and we can free from by seeing the deity's form of the Lord, we are free from the cycle of birth and death. So this in the purport, Prabhupada explained very nicely what is the importance of the Guru and what is the duty of every living entity. So it's a dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. So this is the because our duty is to follow our dharma. That is everything. Our dharma is what Krishna said. Our real dharma is in Bhagavad Gita, sarv dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja. So when we accept Krishna as Supreme Lord, that is naturally we accept our Guru as our heart and soul, and we follow his instructions. So Guru never gives instruction that is not in the Shastra. So we should, when we meet our Guru, our spiritual master, it is the duty of the disciple to tell him the truth, what we are doing, how we can, asking him question, like how we can progress toward the Lord. This is the loving exchange between the Guru and the disciple, because the disciple he is always inquisitive. He asks questions to the spiritual master, and when we ask the question, that is nice. Prabhupada explained very nicely in the purport, like we should be very submissive. It's not challenging. It's not like we are checking how much knowledge our spiritual master has. No, this is not the true way. So real way is the very submissive. So this is very, very important. So a disciple should serve the spiritual master as a menial servant, and whatever he has, he should dedicate to the spiritual master. And whatever wealth or intelligence, his word, he should serve his master for all his, whatever he has according to his capacity, he should serve the spiritual master. That is called arpanam, offering everything to the spiritual master. And Prabhupada explained like that one thing is accepting the spiritual master, and the other thing is that we should stay in a association of devotees. So he said a saintly person must be saintly in his behavior. So he described nicely. Vishwanath Thakur is explaining how to accept, we can see a Vaishnava. Vaishnava is one who is in the parampara, who chant the holy name of the Lord. It's not like anybody we can associate. So in our Krishna consciousness movement, we are always very scared, like going out and associating with others. We can associate just for the preaching purpose, not like even we can feel in our families whenever Even though we never met somebody, we don't know anybody, but as soon as we see the Kanthimala chanting band and Vaishnava dress, immediately we became good friend. And when we go their house, everything is same. Doing Mangalarti, doing chanting together, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So we feel more comfortable than our relatives because we have the same mood. And this is the association. It described here, like Vishwanath Thakur is explaining. And Srila Rupa Goswami is also explaining very nicely how what kind of association we can have. So we can have the association of a devotees. Those are serving Krishna. Those are, and they are in our Vedic literature in Bhagavatam. Prabhupada explained very nicely. There are three kind of association with the less advanced devotees, association with the more advanced devotees, and association with the equal advanced devotees. So when we see any less advanced, like those are not very new devotees, so we should be very kind, we should be very humble, like how we can help the devotee, our mood should be. So how we can help the devotees so that devotee can grow spiritually. And whenever we see any advanced devotee, like all the proper disciple or any senior devotees, and then sometime when I hear my Guru Maharaj lecture, Guru Maharaj always describe that time our mind should be like how the peacock when he see the rain in the cloudy atmosphere, he start dancing. So same thing, our situation should be like that. Whenever senior devotee comes to our house, our attitude should be like that. We should be very, very joyful. We should always ready to serve the senior devotee. So to our best way, senior devotee or our spiritual master, anybody comes, we should be very, very. And when we meet, like those are equally advanced, those are in our friendship way. So then we should Tushanti Charamanti. So we can start discussing about Krishna. So our sadhana, we can ask like devotees, how's your chanting, how's your reading going on. So this is the way of association. So it's not like somebody comes to our house, we can start discussing so many things except Krishna consciousness when we meet to a devotee. So that is the like best way to meet. And in the material world, this is the only way that can save us from this cycle of birth and death. As soon as we meet a devotee, we should ask like, Prabhu, how's your sadhana? How's your chanting going on? How's you? So this is the way, like, and then we can tell ours also how we are doing spiritually. So this is very nicely described, like how we should be associated with the devotees. Those are uh, equally advanced. So this is like the association of devotees. So here, like Prahlad Maharaj, he is describing very nicely, like about the association of dressing of devotees. So then we saw like how we serve as spiritual master. There are so many ways it's described here. We should help in when the guru is in the physical body. The like I'm as a Mataji. I cannot serve my spiritual master like all those things here described: bathing, dressing, sleeping. This is for pros. They can serve. Like for Mataji's, our services, we can make something cooking for the spiritual master. When guru is in the physical body, we can make something and serve the spiritual master. And if guru is not physically present, our duty is to obey his order. Whatever he is telling, whatever he is teaching us, just following the instruction of the spiritual master. This is the best way to serve the spiritual master. And thus our mind should be like we are just a menial servant. It's not like by any material possessions or by any power we try to just misuse our spiritual master. No, in our Prabhupada parampara, so we all know like how we have nice, like how the all the Prabhupada disciples, they served Srila Prabhupada so nicely. And we are always have that desire that by their mercy, by the mercy, we are able to serve our spiritual master in the same way. We are all trying. So this is the right mood, because spiritual master is the medium. So he is the medium that can connect us to Krishna. So one of the Srila Prabhupada disciple, he said very nicely, without the mercy of Krishna, we never have any spiritual master, and without the mercy of spiritual master, we cannot get it. We cannot have darshan of Krishna. So by the mercy of spiritual master, we are able to see Krishna, and by mercy of Krishna, we are able to have a good spiritual master from the parampara. So this Prabhupada explained very nicely. There are 4 sampradaya. So anybody can accept the spiritual master from any sampradaya. Kumara sampradaya, Lakshmi sampradaya, Brahma sampradaya, and Rudra sampradaya. These are the 4 sampradaya. We are from Brahma ji sampradaya. So we are from that sampradaya. So this is the way of accepting the spiritual master. So it's like in India, we all know there are so many people, they are just for the name of they are accepting Guru. Just like because others have spiritual Guru, so we are also accepting the Guru. Because they don't know like how the Guru means the one who has faith in Shastra, who is teaching us from the Shastra, who is not teaching by his own. Like our ISKCON society, it's not, nothing is new. It's already there in the Shastra, whatever. ISKCON is just a name. But we are following the same, our Vedic culture. Our Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the like Prabhupada quoted today, like our nectar, that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhi, nectar of devotion. So these are the books that we have to read and follow them. This is the instruction of the Guru. Whenever we take initiation, our spiritual master, he always asks the 4 regulative principles. And the top of that, he said, read Srila Prabhupada books. Because they know by reading these books, we are on a right track. Just by reading the books, we are able to associate with Srila Prabhupada. And by reading these books, like how we can live our life, these books are our guidebook. Like when we go, like so many people ask us, like when we go out, why we can read Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is so important that then there is nice example that we can give, like whenever we get anything, like any new thing in our house, like some new kind of machine or anything, when we buy, we always look for the guidance, like how we can use that thing, that whatever machine we are buying. So then after that, we have to read and then follow the instruction. And by following the instruction, we are able to use that machine, how it can work, how the cycle going on, how we can use the different things in the machine. So there are different ways. So, but same thing, by reading Bhagavad Gita, this is the guidebook. By reading Bhagavad Gita is not like Krishna had spoken 5,000 years ago. No, Bhagavad Gita is for every time, every person, everywhere. So it's not for Hindus or Muslims or Christians. It's for everybody, because it tells who we are. This is the guidebook. By reading Bhagavad Gita, we can make our life very smooth. So in that, like in the Bhagavatam also, like how we are reading from the like Bhagavatam, like it described like how the loving exchange between Krishna and devotees, like how, like we can see here Prahlad Maharaj is teaching to his friends how the devotion service to the Lord is everything. And by doing devotion service, we will lose the taste for fruitive activities, because by devotion service only we can cross these things. Otherwise, there is no other way. So same thing in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching everything from the first chapter to 18 to describe how the different Krishna is giving to Arjun like different ways. If you don't want to do this, that there is another way. And if you don't want to, and finally he teach like this is the final way. This is the best way. Now it's up to you how you want to go. So this is our, like Krishna and Guru, they are like parallel lines, and our train cannot go on one line. Trains should go smoothly on the both lines, two tracks. So that's why, like Krishna and Guru is giving instruction from outside, and Krishna as inside super soul. So they are both giving us, if our Guru and Krishna, they are giving us the same instruction, then we are on the right path. So Krishna said, what is our duties? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja. So that's why, and Guru is telling us, like, go and surrender to Krishna. So both, we can see the both instructions are goes to the same one. Just surrender to Krishna. Krishna is saying, teaching us surrender to me. Guru is teaching us surrender to Krishna. So it means both want surrender. But before going to Krishna, we have to serve a devotee, and that is our Guru. Because without the mercy of Guru, it's very hard to understand Krishna. By the mercy of Guru, like, it's very easy. So we can see here, Narad Muni, he was teaching Prahlad Maharaj when he was in his mother's womb. So this is so powerful association of a saintly person. So this is the association. When we associate, it's natural. And we can see in this material world, still in Kali Yuga also, we can see the effect of hearing. People can see outsiders, like, that is different yuga. And Prahlad Maharaj hearing from the Arjuna Muni in the womb itself, he became a devotee. But now we are in Kali Yuga, but no, the vibration matters. When the child in the womb, it depends like what kind of situation is there and how we are living our life. It depends on the mother, like what she is eating. If she is eating very spicy and tingy food, then it's for the child, it's very hard time. But if mother is having Krishna Prasadam, always hearing about Krishna, we can see the effect in the child. So in our response society, we have so many kids. They are very good and they are doing very nice everything. So that can show like how the effect is chanting and hearing. If we are in a good atmosphere, good sadhana, then automatically our child is Krishna conscious. And as a parents, our duty is to give them the best as a follower of Krishna consciousness. So we should all try to give our child the best way of like teachings. So these teachings are from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. There is nothing new. We have to follow the same instruction. The instruction is given by Prahlad Maharaj. The instructions are given by Prabhupada. The instructions are given by like Narad Muni. So if we follow these instructions, then automatically our devotional sadhana goes very nice and smooth. So thank you very much, everybody, for giving me the opportunity. If devotees has any questions, so I will try my best to give the answer. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much for this nectarian class, and especially on the Teachers' Day. Today is the Shikshak Din, 5th September. And you explained so nicely about Guru and his instructions and how we should follow our Guru and importance of the Guru Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Madan Pranam to you and all the devotees on the call. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. I just joined a little bit late, but I caught on with your class. Very nice. I like the point you mentioned about, like how our association should be with devotees and, in the sense that there are sometimes, in our relatives, they will say, oh, we have blood relation. And this relation has come from Krishna. And, we have to value that or consider that or come under the influence. But we very well know that I think somewhere the Chaitanya Charitamrita also, Lord Chaitanya mentions that do not associate with non-devotees. So sometimes, we might have, we have to understand our family. Like you mentioned in the class that we see somebody, wearing a tilak and doing the the bhakti process at their home, we get more connected to them than to people outside, because we know that they're pure. Otherwise, most people in the family and even outside are not following the regulations, which is like the 4 pillars of sinful life. They are not following that. So it's important to give association to them. And sometimes it's hard, Mataji. We forget. And, when we forget this, we have to give association. And so one question comes to me is like, how we can repeatedly remind ourselves, because once we forget that we don't have to take association, we start taking association. And once association, then it even affects our chanting the next day, because whatever they say starts ringing in our mind. Oh, they said this, they said, and so many materialistic things, right?
Yes,
So,
Mataji. Natural, like the
remind
flow goes.
them.
No, but naturally, Mataji, but like with the association of like our relatives, those are not devotees, but we should associate with Prabhupada and devotees also, because we should be very, very careful when we associate with them. So we should be very, very careful, like with them, like associate like as much as required. That's it. Not like don't stay with them for a long time, because we should be careful. If we stay the long time, then Prabhupada said like no, for the book distribution also, like we should never stay for long time, even for the book distribution also. Just we ask the people and we can see how much, if he has any desire to take the book, he will take within few minutes. It's not like we cannot spend too much time with that person, because we never know. The Maya is very strong. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Durdaya, my Maya is so Krishna said, Devi Yasha Gunmai Mam Maya Durataya, very powerful. So that's why like we should be very, very careful for all those things. Even though they are called our so-called relatives, our friends, but that's the like we should stay that much only that is necessary, not more than that, because we are not like Paramhamsas, like in one of the purport Prabhupada explained in Bhagavatam, like the guru is on that stage, like he can stay in a secluded place and he can do his sadhana bhakti, but we are still not on that level, like where we can meet. We are not Mahabhagat, we are not on that level that we can stay with them and nothing affect on us. So we should be very, very careful for all those things.
Thank you,
Is it-
Mataji.
Is it okay, Mataji?
Yeah. And one more thing I really liked when you said this, and I heard in the Bhagavatam that when Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of the mother, he was not having any stress. So what I'm referring to is like he's basically in the womb, not in very good condition, but he was hearing. But the mother, it was hard for her, because she was be like under stress that, first of all, her husband was a demon, right? And then, she has so much fear that she's here and when she will meet her husband, and so many other things going on in her mind, because, so she was not able to imbibe very nicely, but I'm sure she must be very happy that she stayed in that ashram. And, I was also wondering that although Naradji is like a sannyasi, right? He was unmarried, Naradji. But, and often we hear, and I think it, I'm not sure, but one thought came to me that was it appropriate for him to keep the mother there,
Yeah, I don't know, Mataji, but it did describe in the Bhagavatam. Like we know, like when we read Bhagavatam, yeah, it didn't describe. Maybe like because he took Mother Kayadu in his ashram. Like in the ashram, maybe there is some Matajis also, but I don't know, because that's not mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Like we don't know, but he was.
Yeah, her intention was to convert, like
Giving,
like that.
Yeah, yes. The main goal is to make the child Krishna conscious. He know that, because like we know, like in Bhagavatam we read like Narad Muni is Trikalagya. So it means Trikalagya means he know the three kal, 3 time, like past, present, and future. So, Narad Muni, he's Trikalagya, means he know the past, future, and present of the person. So that's why he was able to tell Indra that this child in the womb, he is a Mahabhagat. He's not a demon. He's a devotee. So that's why he was telling them, leave her alone. Don't worry for the child. He will be a devotee. Because he know the child in the womb is a devotee. So that's why he told them very strongly. And they also accepted Narad Muni's instruction. Because they all have faith. Like, because he's a true sannyasi. He's not some artificial bogus person. Whatever comes from his mouth, it's 100% true. Like we know so many examples, like our Valmiki ji. So he was not able to chant, even he was so sinful, he was not able to chant Lord Ram's name. So that's why he told him to chant Mara. So by chanting Mara, 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 because he was in that activities. So this is the power of association. Lavan Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Just by the fraction of second of a devotee, pure devotee, it can change our whole life. So by the association of Narad Muni, like we can see. So he know everything, Narad Muni. That's why he said he's a pure devotee. I know that. And in the, like later we will be reading, like we are also reading in the evening time Bhagavatam. That time, like it described nicely, like how Prahlad Maharaj is like he's sadhana siddha nitya siddh both. He was nitya siddh. Nitya siddh means he was already liberated before in the womb of Mother Kayadu. So and sadhana siddh means like he did pure devotional service. Even his father was trying to kill him by all his means, but still he was very strict on his sadhana. He has full faith on Krishna. So Prahlad Maharaj he was already a liberated soul when he came in the womb of his mother. Yeah.
Yes.
He's a clear mother.
One more lesson which just comes to my mind is that how when the instructions are given by Guru Maharaj, one has to observe it like Prahlad Maharaj did, because he had nothing else to do. He was in the womb,
Yes.
About husband, wife, sibling, this and that.
Yeah.
But we
yes, and it's previous birth also. Like we know, like about Shukdev Goswami. As soon as he came out from his mother's womb, he just walked out from the house. He didn't stay in the house. We all know that because of the previous, like they are not like nor ordinary living entity like us. They are Nitya Siddhas. They are pure devotees. They are liberated soul. They are not like ordinary human being. So this is the example. And when we read in the Bhagavatam, like how when he was passing by through the river's side, all the ladies, they were not feeling anything because Shukdev Goswami, he was so innocent. And as soon as Vyasadev came, they start covering their body. So this is like the way, like the from the birth we can see the symptom of a pure devotee.
Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee, right? That way.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, go back to Prahlad Maharaj's previous birth. I mean, we have discussed about it, or Prahlad Maharaj, we don't have any history of the Prahlad Maharaj's previous birth, right?
Yeah, actually, one time I was hearing like Indidul Maharaj, he gave class. In that class, he mentioned like in the previous life how he was some person, and I don't know, like, but he associated with some lady, and he didn't eat that day, and by chance that day Nrsimha Chaturthi, and he didn't have anything, something like that. I heard that. I'm sure for that, but I don't know which class Maharaj gave for the Nrsimha Chaturthi class. He was telling about Prahlad Maharaj's previous life.
Yes.
And so I heard that, but I'm not pretty sure, like clear, like what I read. But I read just little. I remember, but I heard that, Mataji. But I didn't read, but just I heard from Maharaj.
Yes, Mataji. And also, like we have to understand one thing, like in our Krishna consciousness, how Lord Chaitanya, how Srila Prabhupada has mentioned,
Yes.
no one is born a lawyer.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
anyone can actually come into the path and purify himself and become a pure devotee. And try to not become a pure devotee, but at least
Yes.
move
Because
to
there is
Yeah.
there is two ways. Sadhana seed means that only. Like how much strong, how much strict our sadhana is, that matters. And we can sadhana seed means by our association, by our sadhana, we can make ourselves like should bhakt by the mercy and by the reading by our sadhana. Two things are sadhana means like whatever Shravan Kirtan, our chanting. When we chant our round, we should chant very attentively. That is very, very important. So today also we were reading in the Bhagavatam. So chanting like Prabhu was reading the quote in the morning quote. So the chanting is very, very important. Sometimes like I saw many devotees, they chant very fast, Mataji. It's very hard to understand even what they are chanting. Very fast. They said like we chant our round in 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Oh, so how when you chant, at least chant nicely. When you have just 16 rounds to chant, so chant nicely. When we chant, we should be very, very attentive. So this is my time, and this is the like our reading, our sadhana, the chanting is the main thing. That is very, very important time for us. This is that is the only time that we give to ourselves. We gave our life to our husband, our wife, our children, our parents, but chanting is the main time. That is for us. That takes us for the good condition for the next life also.
Yes, Mataji, and also like this good point you came up about chanting is that sometimes I would hear from devotees that you have to finish, at least you should be easily able to finish 4 rounds in 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah, easily. Yeah.
But what happens is that that's also a rush because then we are doing like, if you say 7 minutes, right? 7, 14, and then 28 or whatever calculation we do in math. But somehow I used to finish like very fast in the earlier chanting times, and I don't know what I was doing. And then now I feel that with age maybe or pronunciation or whatever it is, like it takes me 35 to 40 minutes to do 4 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. So it's not like I look at the watch, okay, now it's like 5 o'clock, from 5 to 7.
Yes,
I go 10 20 minutes or extra lagte hai,
yes, 7 to 8 minutes is the perfect time. For me
Yes.
also, like when I chant, my chanting takes 7.5 to 8 minutes, madam.
Yes,
so that's it's not like you can chant 64 round, but like your chanting is very fast. Chant 16 round, but attentively. Nice, good round. So that is very nice.
And I was also hearing one video recently, Mataji. It says that when we pronounce the name Krishna, like Hare, Rama is okay.
Krishna,
Rama is
yeah,
fine,
yeah,
and then we
yes.
say Ram. We say in Kirtan Rama, but in chanting we say Ram, right?
Ram,
We don't
yes,
say Ram.
Ram.
So
Hare,
Hare is also okay. We say Hare, like energy of Lord. But when we say Krishna, there's a difference in Krishna and Krishna. So it has to be Krishna, not Krishna, right? Am I right?
Yes, Mataji, but like when
we chant, it becomes more small, the Krishna.
Krishna. Yes,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Like it's like Krishna. It goes like really, it's the word becomes more shrinks down. But we have to just concentrate on that because Krishna's name is so powerful. Yeah, but Mataji, sometimes it's a struggle. Like when we chant very early in the morning, and we want to chant during Brahmura time. So we sacrifice our sleep because if you're not able to sleep early or some situation is there, then we feel sleepy. But sometimes what happens when, you've taken a sleep and it's almost like sunrise, then we are chanting not the perfect timing, but then we are not sleepy. So that's one struggle, which I face. I wanted to just share a few thoughts on that. I know one devotee I met at Sadhu Sangha, years back in that Boon,
Yes.
So he was staying close to where we were staying. And he said that, I cannot, I have to get up at 8 o'clock. I mean, 7:30, complete my sleep. I need the morning sleep. And then from 8 to, he gets a bath, everything done. He's a brahmachari, I think. And then from 7 to 8 to 9, I sit in one place and chant. So he was saying, I hope I don't miss the breakfast, prasadam. So I told him, you want me to make and get for you? He says, no, it's such a long walk. I will try to adjust time. So just one time I met this devotee, he was saying, so his idea was that not to feel sleepy, That's why he was doing like that.
Yeah, it's
So-
depend on different devotees, different ways, Mother. Some like to
Yes.
chant in the, some devotee like to chant in the 4:30 in the Brahm Muhurat, and then they take nap. And some devotees they sleep little late. And then this is right. Then they chant. So yes, Mother.
The main thing is to concentrate on the holy name, and whichever time we can do it, that's to the benefit and of purity. Right, Mataji?
Yes, Mother. Yes, Mother. Nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much for your
Thank
speech.
you, Mother. Thank you
Hare
for
Krishna.
all the devotees. Dhanvat Pranam. Thank you for giving me the service. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for the lovely class.
Thank you, Mother. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. If nobody has any question or comments, we can end up the call here. By paying obeisances to all the Vaishnavas and Mataji, Vancha Kalpatarivasya Kripa Sindhu Vaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णवृंद की जय, नमाचार्य श्रीदास ठाकुर की जय, जय प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्यामा किशोरी माता जी की जय.
Yeah.
So much Mataji for this nectarian class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.